What is up, everyone? It is the Mad King Paradox Test, bringing you something a little different than what I usually do. To begin with, I like stories about cryptids. And for those of you who don't know what a cryptid is, it is pretty much a mythological creature that, although has a lot of evidence suggesting that, yes, it does exist, there is no definite proof. Now, this isn't me being like a conspiracy theorist or some sort of rumor, mythological legend nut. This is interesting. I want to know more about it. And it's fun looking up, learning all about these different myths and legends and sightings. You know, not taking it like overly serious, like, oh my god, every single last thing I hear is true. No, this is, I found an interesting story, I looked into it, and it seemed interesting enough to discuss. That's kind of how things like this get started in the first place. But I've never really had a chance to actually talk about it. So, I found a story that happened just recently that has been circulated around the internet for a good month or so now. Actually, not even that. A good couple of weeks, I'll say that. So I want to give my thoughts on it and discuss it. And for those of you who haven't heard of this yet, this is about the mythical sea creature that has been sighted recently off the coast of Antarctica. Pretty much, another YouTuber that went by the name Wow For Real posted on April 9th that around Antarctica, off the coast of an island called Deception Island, kind of sounds like a bad sci-fi movie thing right there. But when you go on Google Earth and you type in the coordinates 63 degrees 256.73 degrees south, 60 degrees 57-32.38 degrees west, that is right off the coast of Deception Island near Antarctica, you will see inside of this black circle in the middle of the ocean what looks like something emerging. And what it looks like is the top portion of a creature rising out of the sea. Now, it's been speculated that this could be a mythological creature, but at the same time, there's other people saying that it's just a regular creature, just blown out of proportion, or what I originally thought when I first saw it, a new land formation, because it kind of looked like it, like the beginning of a new island coming out of the sea, you know, something that does happen every so often, so it's not that crazy to think about. But it's not there anymore, so it can't be that. And from the notes I've taken, that's why I keep looking down, because I'm looking at my notes, this thing was about 96 yards in entirety that could be not seen, but estimated. So it's about 96 yards long, but what is visible is about 25 yards, and that's pretty much just the top portion. And it said it was causing a massive oceanic disturbance. Was there, it got caught on Google Earth, and then apparently it's just gone. So, a lot of people are saying that because the water is too deep for it to be any type of land, because there's nothing there now, what it is it has to be some sort of living creature. Okay, makes sense. There are sea creatures that come up for air every so often. You know, it's not that hard to think, okay, this could be plausible. But what exactly makes it seem like a mythical, legendary creature? Well, for instance, everyone is saying that it is a kraken. And for those of you who have had their head stuck in just the darkest of places that don't know what a kraken is, it is pretty much one of, if not the most known mythological sea creatures. The giant squid talked about in mythologies, movies, books, everything, that is said to wrap its tentacles around giant ships and just drag them into the deep. The giant of giant squids. Pretty much that guy. So, where people are saying that it's this is because the portion that is seen looks like the top of a squid. Like that pointed top, that's exactly what it looks like. And some people claim to see that it had tentacles in the actual picture, but I looked at the picture and I couldn't really tell for myself. It was not ironically, but it was in that dark circle, which I couldn't explain. I didn't know what that was about. So aside from the part that was actually surfaced, it was kind of hard to tell what it was. That's why at first I thought it was just some sort of rock formation. But what people are saying is that the giant squid is about 20 meters long, above average. This thing was roughly estimated about 120 meters. Far bigger than a giant squid on a good day. So, judging by that, people are saying that this is the Kraken. And it would make sense based on mythological elements. Because the giant squid, not the giant squid, but the Kraken has been known to appear in myths off of both Norway and Greenland. So around that area somewhere, that's normally where it's cited in legend. So, just by that, it being off the coast of an island in Antarctica, in that region of the world, I don't doubt it. The climate may be a little more than around Norway and Greenland, but you would think it would still be able to thrive there. I mean, the ocean is a large place. We don't know jack about it. And that's really what makes oceanic mythology so interesting. We don't know anything. What we do know for a solid concrete fact, in reality, is like nothing compared to what's actually there. Like, it has been stated scientifically that we know nothing about the ocean or what's in it. New sea creatures are being discovered every day. We originally thought that once you get down far enough, where no light can be seen, that there can't be life down there. But then we went down there and we were wrong. We were wrong. That there was absolutely life down there. One of my favorite, real-life sea creatures is the deep sea lantern. The thing with the giant mouth and the anglerfish. The thing with the little light thing that comes off of its head. That thing. That thing was down there. And according to back in the day, it shouldn't exist. There's no light down there. It can't exist. But there it is. What a lot of people are saying as well, because there's a lot of theories going around. Like I said, I originally thought rock formation. That was proven wrong. People are saying the Kraken. People are saying it's a plesiosaur, which... Really? A plesiosaur? I highly doubt that. But people are going as far as saying an underwater UFO, which I'm thinking a submarine. But some people actually said that it could be an actual giant squid attacking a whale or some other large creature. Which, okay, the combined distance and size of those together at the right time of a photo being taken could be taken as being massively larger than it normally is. Okay, that makes sense. But then there was something else. Something that I highly doubt, but at the same time, I haven't heard anything about this in a good while, so it's worth noting. And that there are some people that are saying that this could be the cause of the bloop. Now, for those of you who don't know what the bloop is, and I'm not going to make fun of it like people who don't know what a kraken is, because the bloop isn't as well known, but still worth noting. But the bloop was something that was discovered in 1996 by the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or the NOAA for short, where it detected this frequency, or this sound, deep underwater, and it's baffled researchers and scientists and oceanic enthusiasts for decades now. I almost forgot how to count. That's really embarrassing. But yeah, since 1997, when this unexplained sound just generated out of nowhere that we picked up on by fortune, by luck. No one's been able to figure out what it was from. And a lot of people were saying it was some sort of sea creature, like deep under the water, which by the way the sound form was made, this thing had to have been huge, like massively huge. And that's why people discredit the fact that it could have been made by an actual living creature. Because for a creature to make a sound of those proportions, it had to have been massive. And I mean like Leviathan massive. Which, that would be horrifying. If it was an actual Leviathan. No. I'm getting off topic. But some people are saying that this creature, seeing as how large it is, could have made the bloop. Now, I don't believe it, because it wasn't around that area, and I know sea creatures, they migrate, they go to different areas, that doesn't really say much, but at the same time, you look at it and go, we don't know what the bloop was. Like, it was a sound frequency that we picked up on, and we still don't know what it came from. Scientists believe that it was sound generated from icebergs breaking apart. Like, that's the best thing they could think up for what it could have been. And I believe that more than I believe it being this supposed creature being the source. But anything's possible. I do have my doubts, but I'm not saying it's completely irrelevant. I'm just saying there's not enough evidence for my liking to support that this thing is the cause of the bloop. But just the fact that this thing has circulated so much in such a short amount of time, it kind of makes you wonder, what was that? Because it isn't there now. If you go on Google Earth, you won't see it. Like, I don't know if... Wait. I'm not certain now, because I can't get Google Earth, because I don't have a way of getting it. So I can't check to see if it's still there today. But the photo has been saved, and you can find it just about anywhere. All you gotta do is just type it in. But it's not there. Like, you can actually go to those locations today, and it won't be there. So it's not a rock formation. So it had to have been a creature. But was it the mythological Kraken, like everyone is assuming it is? Was it an underwater UFO from, like, Atlantis or something? No, that's not it. That was supposed to be a joke, but it came off more serious than I assumed it would be. But could this just be a newly discovered sea creature that has never been seen before because it normally never comes up to the surface? Or was it just a normal squid or other sea creature that's just been blown out of proportion? Who knows? Of course, out of all the places, it had to appear in that dark spot. That's just... It's things like that drive me nuts when I'm trying to look for facts. I'm looking at it, I'm just like, you have this big black spot to come up in when you could have come up a couple of miles over that way where we can at least get a clearer picture. Things like that just annoy me. It's like, even if it's just a regular sea creature, go over there so we can see you better. That way we can put it to rest, and then it's like, oh, we thought it was this, but it was actually just this thing which we've seen a million times already. So, no big worry there. But yes, is this a Kraken-sized creature? Is it the Kraken? Is it something else that can be a lot more easily explained? Who knows? That's why it's fun to talk about. So, this is the Mad King Paradox S signing off. I will see you on whatever I do next. I may do some more, mythological cryptid discussions. Just because I think it's a fascinating topic, and there are some that a lot of people don't know about that could be interesting to talk about. But I will save that for another day. Maybe when I actually find a way to edit it where I can, have a picture like right here or something so you at least know what I'm talking about. But that's all there is to it. I already did the outro. So I will see you all next time, and have fun theorizing.